Okay guys, what do I have here? It's a front wheel bearing from a 2016 Honda Odyssey. My wife and I bought it new. It has 180,000 kilometers, and this front wheel bearing started to howl. So I changed it out. You can feel a little bit of something in here. I always find that these howl a lot more than actually the damage inside. So we're going to cut it apart and we'll have a look. As we can see, these outer bearings are a different color than the inner bearings were. Okay guys, we got it apart. So we'll start from the best. So this outer race, we can see the bearings here. So this would be the outer bearing, and this one would have been the inner bearing. There's a little bit of galling on this race, but nothing to really speak of. The other half of it, this is the outer one. You can see it here, it picked up. So right there, there's galling. The rest of it looks pretty good. The inner race looks perfect. I didn't find any flaws. As for the bearings themselves, look at the inner bearings. Other than the damage we did when we took it apart, couldn't really find much wrong with it. What's fascinating is the outer bearings are a different color. Now I don't know if it's due to heating of the failed bearing, or if these were treated with a cobalt or some sort of surface hardening process. If anybody knows, maybe they can leave it in the comments below, but I find it fascinating that the inner bearings and the outer bearings, this being the inner bearing, this being the outer bearing, are considerably different color. I assume it's a different hardening technique, but if anybody knows, leave it in the comments. As for the major damage, you look at the inner race, you can see it right there. So all the howling that this bearing was doing for a few weeks before I changed it out can be attributed to that galling there, that pickup there. The rest of the bearings, it's definitely not a new bearing, but not much damage. The inner one was pretty pristine. So the damage is where we would expect it, on the inner race, on the outer bearing. And yeah, thank you very much, guys. Like and subscribe. Bye.